Thing seems tilted. What is going on, everyone? How are we all? Sorry. What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing tonight? Camera seems a little jumpy tonight, or a little. Happy August, everyone. I'm doing good, doing good. Got a whole new setup here for my audio. I hope everyone can hear it properly. Here, let's do this. Sounds good. Good. Got a new mic, got a control board, a Rode podcaster, the whole bit. Trying to up our game here on World According to Briggs. Thank you, Cool David Games. Cool Dog. Sorry. The Land of the Crazies is good. I was going to go down. I gave everyone an option. What do you want me to do? You want me to go downtown? There's really nothing going on down there. The crowd is probably about 20% of what it was. Friday night, I heard they had a very little protesting. Someone jumped over the fence. That was not much. I was watching the news. Not much was happening. Thanks, Bacon Me Crazy Food Truck. But yeah, it's pretty dead down there right now compared to what it was before. There's still some protesters, but not many. It's kind of boring. Austin. Guy, how you doing, man? Muggy Houston. I bet Houston is pretty muggy right now. What do we got here? How many people we got on tonight so far? 130. Right. Oh yeah, I'm fine. It was, there was so let me fix a couple things. I shouldn't say fix. Matter of fact, let me fix one thing. It's far too high up there. Anyway, so let me fix a couple things here that I've been getting a lot of emails and comments about the riot live streams. I'll get back to the chat in a second, guys. Sorry. So, hey, Lexi, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Away from the protests and riots. Move to Iowa. Yeah, Iowa. There you go. Appreciate you supporting the channel, Lexi. So I went down. I went down to the riots a couple days to show people that there is a separate protest and a riot. And I was trying to depict that, but being in the crowd, without having like a drone footage to really show you what's going on, I think I did an okay job. I had people giving me a hard time thinking I was down there protesting. One individual who he was just, what are you doing down there protesting? I had to explain that just because you're not down there, you're not protesting. If that's the case, that must mean the cops down there were protesting. So were the news crews. They must have been protesting too. Just going down there to collect footage is not protesting. Or rioting. It's not taking a side. It's just getting footage. And a lot of people gave me a hard time saying that I was down there rioting or so. No, I wasn't. I was down there getting footage. I may have some opinions on what's going on, but that's not my protest. That's not my riot. I'm just getting footage, Anyway, so yeah, it was just weird that I got that kind of response from people. Like they were treating me like I was down there saying it was okay. No, all I was saying was all you're seeing on TV is the riots, and there's something totally different going on out in front of the Justice Center. Bacon Me Crazy Food Truck, thanks for supporting the channel. I'm sorry you had a heartbreak in April. That's rough. Whenever someone has, I don't even know what it is, but when someone throws the word heartbreak in front of something, it's bad. So sorry for your heartbreak, and thanks for supporting the channel. I'm glad I could help. But like I was saying, like the only point I was trying to get across with the whole thing of going down there is a riot. Absolutely. We see it every night on the news, but there's also a legitimate protest where their only crime is probably too many people gathered in one place and they were blocking a road, but no one was throwing stuff, no one was hurling stuff. Totally separate from the riot. That's what I don't think the news, any station, not just Fox, not just CNN, not just Huffington Post, not just Breitbart, none of them were showing the difference between the two. And there is a serious difference. That's the only point I was trying to get across. Chris, happy birthday. Hey, Lexi, you're a casual subscriber. I like anything casual. Rocky, you disagree on what? That there was a separation between the two? Ezra, what's going on? You forgot your membership expired. Well, I appreciate you supporting the channel. Guy, let's see. Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Arkansas. That is a completely different part of Arkansas. They weren't all leftists. What are you talking about? That's completely wrong. You know, I'm curious to find out, see Dougie, what's going to go on with the school. Oh, I get you, Rocky. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't getting that. All you see is the blurps of the violence and things setting fire, which that was going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say it wasn't, but they just weren't focusing on the protest. They're focusing on the riot. That's how it appeared to me almost every time I turned it on. Do I support Black Lives Matter? I don't know all their ins and outs, but do I believe everyone should be treated equal in this country? And do I think there might be a little, do I think there is a definite uh, tilting of the table against African Americans in this country? Absolutely. I absolutely do. But that's not my battle. I think everyone should be treated fairly. 100%. I'm 100% behind that. If you don't think everyone should be treated fairly, I mean, everyone that's not a criminal or something horrible like that, but anyone that is just an honest to God citizen in this country, they should be treated fairly. But that's just common decency. Treat everyone how you want to be treated. What's your favorite video that why Las Vegas RR you that why? I don't know. Opinions on Burlington, Vermont. I wouldn't mind living there. That I've made my favorite video that I've made. I did this one about 2 years ago. It was about high school names. Now, it was early days of my channel. Just weird high school names like the Frankfurt hot dogs, stuff like that. The Cupid dolls is one school. There's the paper makers here in Camas, but it was like high school. Geo Scholar, thanks for supporting the channel. Did you hear about the new hockey team, Seattle? Yes, I did. I can hardly wait to go to a game. The Kraken. I can hardly wait. I like their logo they got too. But I did this video about high school football team names or sports teams names and the weird ones, and I really enjoyed that video. It did okay. It's consistently gotten views. It's older, my audio sucked, and it was just a poorly put together video because I was kind of new at this game, but that was my favorite one to do. I really enjoyed that one. Uranus pirates. you know like I said in that video, I'm 50, but I'm still a child, and anytime anyone says Uranus, I get a good chuckle. Polka dots. Yeah, there you go. That one is in West Virginia. Do you think Denver's good at? I couldn't really say anything about that. I don't know much about that. Am I missing someone? Ghost Tiger. Oh, here we go. You're a Gen Xer, Briggs. I don't think we will. Yeah, I'm a Gen Xer. Someone tried to call me a baby boomer the other day. No, my mom was a baby boomer. I'm a Gen Xer. Yeah, let's just kind of take it easy on the politics, guys. I did kind of get into it by making my point about the riots, but let's just mellow out on that. It never goes well. The Karen archetype. I've been enjoying their videos. Mike H, thanks for supporting the channel. Favorite resort town in Lake Tahoe. Oh, that's a good one. You know, what's funny is the resort towns, I like Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe. I'm not hungry. I like Lake Tahoe, the whole thing. We mostly camped there when we went there, so we didn't really stay in any of the towns. It was always camping. Um, Politics does ruin everything. And this is something I put on my Facebook. And I'm not really saying anything about politics. I'm saying about the conversation of politics. Um, Really, it was towards people on Facebook. If you post something that you found on the internet about politics and how bad the Democrats are, how bad the Republicans are, how bad whoever is, or something they've done, by posting that, you're not going to change anyone's mind. Nobody has ever looked at a meme about President Trump or about Hillary Clinton or about, whoever, Joe Biden, and thought, you know what? That's it. I'm a Republican now. No one's ever seen a meme and thought that. The only thing that you do by bringing up politics and discussing it in a place that someone's not up for talking about it or posting a meme like that, the only thing you're doing is maybe creating a divide between a friend or a family member that feels differently about it. So, I mean, it's got so toxic these days. It's not even okay to talk about politics. Might as well talk about someone's sex life. It's a little less offensive these days. Nick Johnson's a good guy. Who else did? There's, World Top 10's pretty good. There's another guy who I won't mention. He's straight up ripping my channel off, but yeah. But I like World Top 10. They're kind of straight to the point. If you don't want any fluff or any jokes or anything like that, which me and both Nick Johnson do, go to World Top 10s. They just do straight, kind of the same stuff we do about locations, but there's no jokes, just straight facts. I like them. I watch them every once in a while. My shirt says, being offended is not a skill. Thanks, Sarah. Absolutely, Brian. Yeah, I actually sell these shirts too. Now, again, it's almost like people that it's almost the politics thing again too. If you have a different view or you make a joke about something, someone is always going to be offended. And I started noticing it's like some people feel that that's their way to get attention, or it's like a skill or talent. I was extremely offended by that. Well, you shouldn't be. Now, I understand there's a big difference. Hey, Sean, thanks for becoming a member. Detached from reality fan, too. Nice. Thank you very much. What does the poster say behind me? Oh, that? So many of you are probably too young. I was too young. I'm too young for him because he quit wrestling in the 50s. But I'm not a big wrestling fan. I used to get into it. But there was a wrestler named Gorgeous George. And he had the best quote, my favorite quote of all time. And the quote is, and that's all that is a quote from him. A lot of people will pay to see. Sorry, a lot of people will pay to see you. Oh my God, I can't even speak. A lot of people will pay to see you shut up. Oh, I'm sorry. A lot of people will pay to see someone shut your mouth. I haven't said it in a long time. I just kind of breezed past that. That's what it is. A lot of people will pay to see someone shut your mouth. And he gave that piece of advice to Muhammad Ali. And a lot of people say from that conversation, that's when Muhammad Ali started doing all the trash talking and getting his career going like that. So yeah, it's a great piece of advice. And the reason I like it, especially for YouTube, a lot of people show up to be upset by some of the things I say, and they want to see me fail a lot of times. And that's just kind of not just my channel, that's every channel. There's just people out there that are like that. Ezra, my wife, dogs, and my pig are doing great. I have a pig now. I missed some things. I was trying to remember that quote without looking at it, and it screwed me up. Yeah, he does have a pretty annoying voice. I don't know how people follow him. I mean, his content is good. It's very similar to mine. Obviously, he's ripped me off, but his voice, holy crap. But you know, that could be me too. I could have an annoying voice for all I know. I just don't I'm so used to it, I don't know. Thank you. How'd the riots end in Portland? You know, they were ending before. Um and then, you know, now they're just kind of done. I think we were all just over it. On Road Trip channel, is there one specific? Is that what it's called? Any thoughts on Road Trips channel? I don't know who it is, but I do watch a lot of road trip channels. Actually, I end up watching a lot of train videos. In case you guys don't know, I have this thing with trains. I love the train. I love traveling by train. I love seeing America that way. And on my other channel, I put out a video. Oh, speaking of other channels, my On This Day channel, if you guys haven't signed up for that, I can't show you this. Maybe I will. Maybe I can. Hold on one second, guys. You need 4,000 video hours to become a paid channel. And yeah, I'm almost there. Probably it should be tonight or tomorrow. Top 10 women to men ratio. I read it years ago. I don't know the exact stats on it anymore, but Houston had like 2 women for every single man right after the big hurricane they had like 10 years ago or whatever it was. On this day, there you go. Matter of fact, let me put my little thing up here. There's this. In case you guys haven't subscribed to this, please do so. And if you're really bored tonight, watch about 4 or 5 videos. Susan, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Hey, Ian, Kate Clark, how are you? Oh, I love trains. So I have 3 channels. I have the On This Day, I have this channel, and then I have one where I just kind of put vlogs up occasionally and then just footage I get. Well, I did that trip 7 days on the train, and I put up one video, and then I just kind of tried to put it up there so you can see the scenery, not talking too much, and then it was kind of dull. So I'm doing the second one where I'm kind of narrating a little bit, not through the whole video. I'm not talking the whole 30, 40-minute video, but you know, give you some footage and tell you where I'm at and things like that. So I'm working on that one right now. It should be out sometime next week too. Cool animator. This is about sports, not the world. Weird sports teams. Oh, Hillsboro Hops. Yeah, that's not too far from my house. By the way, thanks, GeoScholar. Hey, if you guys haven't ever checked out GeoScholar's channel, you should. It's an interesting channel. I watch him all the time. Actually, I had him on my podcast one time. He's got an interesting life. He's moved around this country a lot. Trash pandas. There's also the Albuquerque Isotopes. I think they're still going. Hillsboro Hops. But yeah, that one I did about the that's probably my favorite. I was telling you earlier that yeah, my favorite was the high school football team names. There's some bad ones out there. Yuma is the Criminals. How did I get a pig? Well, my son's girlfriend's from Hawaii, and she works with a girl. I don't know if she was from Hawaii too, but she had a pig and she had to move out, and she couldn't. They had to rehome a pig, and So Kayla, she decided to mention that to my wife, and my wife was all on board. So next thing I know, I got a pig. Marshall Paul, how are you? Can you show us military stuff? What kind of military stuff? Best car-free cities. Adam, that is something we've looked at doing. Basically, cities with great transportation. It's kind of rolled into that one, and it's something we worked on, but we never got around to finishing up. That is something that's on the books, though. Yeah, the making whoopies. I don't think there are anymore. Making whoopies, like making whoopee. And if you watch the old dating game, Whoopi, get it? Okay. Macon, Georgia. That was a great name too. Military top tens. So bacon me crazy food truck. Um, by the way, I will tell you something funny about being called the Bacon Man in a minute. Uh, so the military one, I don't think that would really be appealing to most people that, especially if you weren't in the military. I mean, what's the worst military post? If you're in the army, it's Fort Polk, Louisiana. But yeah, I've thought about that one many times before. Never got around to doing it. Anyway, so my son eats a lot of bacon, my bigger one, Thor, and then Ronan, he eats a lot of bacon. I eat a lot of bacon. Pretty much everyone eats a lot of bacon. So there's a lot of people living in this house. And I go down to the down to the Albertsons and I get bacon. Yeah, when I go there, I order like 3 pounds from the meat counter. Now the lady that works there, she keeps calling me the Bacon Man. And every time I see her, hey, Bacon Man. I'm like, look, I got a nickname now. It's Bacon Man. Beaver Dusters. Beaver Dusters, that's great. Akron Rubber Ducks. The Bacon Man. Then a lot of people keep calling me on this channel. They keep calling me Uncle Briggs. Reminds me of Uncle Ricky from Napoleon Dynamite. Like I'm gonna start buying everyone beer or something like that. My own gourmet bacon company. There you go. That's what I need. Actually, I want to make a fry sauce. Sell it. That's my big thing. I mean, I love French fries and I love them in different sauces and stuff like that. It's weird. Have I ever ranked the Hawaiian Islands? I thought about it. As a matter of fact, I really thought about it. Once I realized there's not just like 7 or 8, there's like a bunch of them. But most of them are uninhabited. Some of them are basically a pile of rocks that are sticking out of the ocean in some cases. Yeah, and tall pines. Uncle Briggs, that's all we need, right? What's my thoughts on 2020? It's a dumpster fire. I think that's been pretty evident. This is the first time in my life where I can't wait for this year to be over. It's like, yo, let's just get a fresh start. So years, I may have told this story before. So if you watch this channel, I'm sorry. Um, Years ago, my kids were, I think my youngest was maybe 4, and my other ones were like 9 and 7 or something like that. And I asked them, if you had a superpower, we used to do this question of the night at dinner every night. What would I just ask them a question, and everyone would have to answer it. And the question was, if you had a superpower, what would it be? And I think Thor, the oldest, said he wanted to fly or something like that. And then my daughter wanted to be invisible. She always wanted to be invisible, even though she's the loudest little thing ever and likes the attention on her. She still wants to be invisible. And then my 4-year-old sitting there, I'm like, what would your superpower be? And he looks at me and goes, to be able to make bacon. I'm like, that is the greatest superpower ever. Mike H, thanks for supporting the channel. How many provinces have I been in? Alberta and oh my god. Can't even think right now. What's Vancouver in? British Columbia. Sorry. Woo. I don't know what that was all about. One of my lights just died. That sucked. I'm putting up coming. So, this one thing I wanted to ask you guys, your suggestions on uh, videos you want to see. Anything you guys that are here watching this are pretty much. Uh, oh, let me get rid of that. Are the people that watch my channel a lot in most cases. So that's how you end up here on the live stream. All 222 of you. Dregs, what's going on? Hey, glad you made it. Doing pretty good, Dregs. How you doing, buddy? What about ranking Central America? I should do that because I've been to all of Central America. I think I have. I think I might be missing one. With some of them, I went there during, military time, so I wasn't there on the bed. I wasn't there as a tourist. So railroad cities, that's a solid one. Worst things about living. I grew up in a tourist town. I could tell you some stories. My favorite is I have a friend. She's from Las Vegas, Henderson actually, and she's worked in the casinos for years. And she has a laundry list of things she hates about people that visit Las Vegas. And the one that made me laugh, she said every single businessman from the Northwest, or I'm sorry, from the Midwest, when they get drunk, thinks if you're a female in Las Vegas, you're a working girl. Yeah, she said she can't remember how many times a guy thought she was a prostitute just because she may be dressed to go out dancing or something like that. Yeah, I guess, they don't dress that way in the Midwest. But yeah, typical girl going out to Vegas, little black dress, and a guy thinks she's a prostitute. It's kind of rude. Top 10 things. That'd be good. Pet friendly states. So, Daniel, that's really weird. Lexi, thanks for supporting the channel again. Do you know Charlie Brenson's? He's a Midwest comic, Wisconsin. I'm going to look him up. I'll tell you that. Gotta check that guy out. Thanks, Lexi. You may have lost my train of thought. Oh, so 1 second. What was the suggestion you had a second here? Oh, friendly states? That's a good one. Daniel, you had another one a second ago, and I was going to tell you something about it. Now I lost my train of thought. I do that a lot. I think it was the crane hook I took to the head in the 90s. Best states with no mosquitoes. That could be good. Snowiest cities in America. I think I've done that. Pets. There you go. Thank you. So I came across this list one time, and it was a Google list, what people are searching for when they're relocating, when they're looking for a place to relocate. What are the one things they search for? And housing costs was like number one. And it was, honestly, is it a pet-friendly state or pet-related things like dog parks, things like that, was number two. That was way before crime, traffic, and all that stuff. It was cost, and is my pet accepted there? I thought that was kind of weird. You know what? Everyone loves their pets. I love my pets, but I just never thought people would put that way above everything else, like their own safety and stuff. It's weird. Dallas is great. If you were going to move to a major city these days, I would suggest Dallas before probably any other major city right now. They got jobs. It's nice. It gets a little hot. I'm not a desert person, so I'm a little biased on that one. But they've got jobs. The cost of living for a major city. Keep that in mind. I'm talking major cities right now. Don't give me some price for rent in some little know-nothing town. But relatively speaking, their cost of living is kind of low. Their crime is decent. Dallas is a good place. Top 10 states for international students. That could be a good one. I had someone hit me up on email, wanted me to see if I could, host an international student. They apparently had seen my channel and asked the company to reach out to me. Like, I don't host international students. Unless they have the same last name as me and they're from Panama or something. Top 10 Amtrak routes. Ezra, for some reason, everything you say is coming up to where I have to okay it. And I think it's because you keep posting the same thing over and over. It thinks you're spam, buddy. So that's why some of your things aren't showing up. And I keep clicking on them to show, But yeah, I think it thinks you're spamming my channel. Top 10 cities with the most drug use. That could be good. I'd probably get demonetized though. My cousin's ex-wife. Ooh. I like some classic cars. I've always wanted like a 19 I like the bigger 1970s Mustangs and like the Mach 1 and all that stuff. Always wanted one, never got one. Yeah, that's transportation one. I got to do that one. That's ones we thought about for a long time, never got around to doing it. I mean, we have some of it done, but not a bunch. Top 10 states if you hate snow. Yeah, it's easy. They're all next door to Arizona. Um, Sarah, Montana. Sarah, so Sarah, I haven't seen you in a while. You've been on here for a while. I remember you used to leave comments all the time, and I haven't seen you in a long time. Or I haven't noticed, sorry. Christian, greetings. How are you, buddy? Places to disappear, fall off the grid. I have dreams about that, getting log camping. But you know what? I don't think my family would go with me, and I'm one of those guys that if I can't be around my kids and my wife and my granddaughter, I'm useless. Tallahassee or Savannah? Savannah. In a heartbeat. Linda van life. That's one I should do. Well, I did one about places to buy land for a tiny home or homesteading. That did really well. I should do another one for van life. Fort Worth. Fort Worth has great barbecue. All of Texas does pretty much. There's some places in Texas that it's like I get off the plane there and I'm like looking, I'm okay, I got 2 hours of a layover. Can I make it into the city, get some good barbecue and get back? I'm always afraid that a car will break down. Like I'll be in an Uber and we'll get pulled over and they'll delay me and I'll miss my flight. Yeah, I'm a little paranoid about crap like that. Brian Donnelly, thanks for supporting the channel. You always enjoy my vids. I know a lot about it. Sometimes can be a lot of work, but that's okay. Fargo or Green Bay? I'd go. Ooh, that's a rough one. I'm up in the air on that one. I did read a weird stat about Fargo though, which I thought was funny. I don't know if it's funny, but per capita, Fargo has the most girls with like college girls with seeking arrangements or sugar daddy accounts on those websites. And Fargo, of all places, per capita has the most girls doing that. I thought that was weird. Don't even worry about it, Amy. Oh, my opinions on San Antonio. If it wasn't so hot, it would definitely be in one of my top 10 places to move to. Their river walk is freaking amazing. I love it down there. It is known as Military City, USA. And if you're a veteran and you don't mind the heat, move there. They got a bit of crime, but it's not Detroit crime or East St. Louis crime. It's up there. But yeah, it's not the worst, but it's a good place to live if you stay out of the bad areas. Lincoln City, Loretta Olson? My nephew lives down there. Lincoln City, Oregon, right? At least that's what I think you're saying. Could I do top 10 river cities? Thank you very much, Joseph. That is actually partially done already. We're working on that one right now. The downside is a lot of the river cities are also considered lake cities. It's weird. But yeah, we're working on it. Major cities. Affordable rent is one. So I've been doing a lot of cost of living ones. And I focus a lot on buying land or buying homes and stuff like that. But rent is one we're also thinking about doing too. But it's kind of the same as, Housing prices, whether it's rent or purchasing a home, they're usually relatively in step with each other. So if I did two lists, one on the cheapest rent and one on the cheapest houses, chances are that list is going to have the same cities and almost the same places. Almost. So we're going to look into it a little bit more. Top 10 worst public transportation. Yeah, that's one too. I could go the best transportation and the good. That's one of those ones that would probably get good views each way, both positive and negative. Top 10 states for sports fans. Here we go back to Texas. Texas is one of the best states for sports fans. I mean, their high school football alone is nuts. They get far too into it. And then you got, how many baseball teams there? I mean, basketball teams in almost every major city. I mean, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, yeah, it's a great place for sports fans. Detroit's worse in transportation. Well, most of the buses get their wheels stolen, so. Top 10 cities with the most porn use. Yeah, I think that get me demonetized. I did read that condoms.com listed what was ordered the most from each state one time, and Indiana ordered the most extra small condoms in the country. I thought that was great. I bring that up to a friend of mine from Indiana all the time. Panhandle, Florida. Toronto, Montreal, just there you go. Toronto versus Montreal. I gotta go to Montreal. I've been to Toronto, not Montreal. San Diego or Los Angeles. I grew up in Los Angeles, so that's kind of home to me, and I know people there, so I kind of have I have a certain little love for it, even though I moved away from there as quick as I could. San Diego's a better city. Walkability is another big thing people look for, and Portland's one of those places. Best tiny towns to hide from the mafia. To be homeless. I did that one. Best place to be homeless, and I got a lot of crap for it. And I wasn't ragging on homeless people. I make jokes about everything, but sorry. I got a lot of crap for that one. I just put places that it was probably that had the most support if you are homeless, best chances of getting you off the street, and the best weather were what I was looking for in the video. And people started acting like I was saying, horrible things about the homeless people, like it's their fault. Well, it kind of is their fault, but not in all cases. Somebody made a bad mistake. Somebody, something happened in their life. It's not really their fault most cases. They've just had a bad hand dealt to them. I mean, sure, there's those people that probably drank too much and did too many drugs, land up on the street. That's kind of their fault. Even though some of it can be a drug, can be a mental problem. Who knows? But yeah, I got a lot of crap for making that one. Where would I pick? I'd probably go to Flagstaff or Tucson. Favorite city on the East Coast? Ooh, that's a good one. I'd probably go with Boston. I like Boston. 10 best airports to be stranded overnight. I'll tell you. What's the one in North Carolina? In Charlotte. Forget the name actually right now off the top of my head. They have this whole section where you can rent a pod for like 6 hours, get some sleep if you needed to. I did that one time. I had like a 4-hour layover and I was dead tired. I rented one of those pods. It's about the size of a bathroom, but it's got a bed in there and Bluetooth speakers, and you could just lay down. I did for like 4 hours. It was great. Oh, Boston's roads are horrible. Yeah. I love Flagstaff. Where's Greyhound stations? All of them. Dave Attell, the stand-up comedian, had a great bit about air travel and terrorists. He's all terrorists, you could die, they can blow up your plane, whatever. But you're never going to see a terrorist at a bus station. He goes, if any terrorist goes to a bus station, looks around for a minute, they're all, oh, somebody already did this, bitch, and they leave. Meaning they blew it up already because it's horrible. Dave Attell's great. What's my favorite West Coast city besides Portland? Monterey. Thank you, Ezra. Yep. Charlotte Douglas International Airport. He said, um, David Tell said along his bus station thing, he said he was at the Greyhound station and this guy comes up to him and he's got only one tooth in his whole mouth. And he's all, like one of the homeless dudes. He's all, "Do you need any help? Anything I can do for you?" And he goes, "I'm looking to get someplace. And if I'm looking to get someplace, I'm not asking a guy with one tooth. I'm asking a guy with one leg because he knows all the shortcuts," which I thought was hysterical. Then he goes, "No," the guy's all, "No, I just want to know if you need help with anything." He goes, "What? Start an Apple for me?" It was great. Yeah, both coasts are far too expensive. Good job with those eyebrows. I hope you're not talking to me. Is there something wrong with my eyebrows? Nashville or Memphis? I'd go with Nashville. I have been to Grass Valley. Never been to Sierra City though. My thoughts on Kansas? Kansas is a great place. If I don't call it retirement and I don't call it getting older. I call it the great slowdown. When you want things to slow down a little bit, Kansas is a great place to go to. Iowa's the same thing. Nebraska, even maybe, but out of the no, I'd probably go to Iowa before I go to Kansas. But out of those three, I'd go Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska. Been through Lawton, Oklahoma. What do you think about Fayetteville, North Carolina? It's too close to Fort Bragg. I, I never finished best and worst of each state. Oh, I didn't. The video series was tanking the channel. Nobody was watching that one. If anyone wants to hook a brother up, I did that one on the world the other day, and it's just getting horrible views. If you want to help out the channel, go watch that video for me. Apparently, nobody liked it. That's it. The best worst state to be. I never finished that. I didn't. My favorite ale? Well, I like Shinerbach, but I'm really a stout guy. I like my beer, like I like my women, dark, thick, and low with alcohol, as I always say. I used to be in my comedy act. I like the world video. I thought the world video was great. Nobody got into it though. It was horrible, horrible view. What has it got right now? So I'll give you an idea. It'll by the end of 24 hours, every video I have, if it's a decent one, it has over 50,000 views, 50 to 75,000 views. That's usually the first day, right? Um, the Earth one right now doesn't even have 6,000 views. Actually, this whole week's been sucking a little bit, but that's okay. But yeah, that's except I guess I'm wrong. I guess about 20 to 25,000 is what you get the first day or two. That one's got 5,400 views right now. I like Ogden. Yeah, I guess you break from the habit a little bit. VM McKay and VMD McKay, I think that said. You break out of the routine, and some people don't like it. What do you think? Great Falls, Montana? It's got some great fall. No, I like Great Falls. It's a nice place to hang out for a day or two. A lot of people love living there. I know one guy went through there and stopped and got some dinner one night, and he stayed. Well, he didn't stay that night. He finished his trip he was on, and within 2 months he was living in Great Falls, and that's been at least 15 years. I haven't talked to him in like 5, but I'm sure he's still there. Best worst cities get lost in? Worst cities get lost in. Anyone that's dangerous. East St. Louis is one of those. Kansas City. Don't want to get lost there. For newcomers. Yeah, that could be good, Tim. Best cities for newcomers. Top 10 best cultures. Yeah, that could be good. Best and worst American road trips. Go. Um, Anything that takes you through Arizona and New Mexico. Hmm. You know what, Vincent? In Noel, thanks. Thoughts on Reno? I love it. Reno's a great place. I go. I go there before I go to Vegas. My thoughts on the pandemic and how it's gonna cause an exodus from the major cities. I mean, especially, and it's not because you think some people will leave because of the virus and stuff like that. But what's really going to move people out is like my wife. She's working from home now because of the virus. More and more people after this virus is over will be working from home. And if you could work from home at a computer, just like she does, she hasn't been into the office in 4 or 5 months since this whole thing started. So they'll see that that's okay. I have a friend, Kendra. She lives in Colorado. She comes a couple times a year to Portland for her job, but she does everything from home in Denver now. Um, More and more people will be moving out to the little towns in middle America because they could work from home. A lot of jobs can do that nowadays. Obviously, if you're a mechanic, you can't work from home. Well, you could, but you're not going to be working for some company in Portland, or something like that, or LA, whatever. But I think that is going to start a major exodus because the internet and people are becoming more comfortable with people working from home. Companies will see they don't need a big building for a bunch of people to sit in and work at. No, I think we're going to see a major thing like that. It's gonna change how we do things here. COVID is not fake. I know two people. One is a friend of a friend, but I know two people personally that are dead right now because of COVID-19. It is not fake. It's real. If you think it's fake, you need to quit watching whatever you've been watching. Yeah, office buildings are going to become like the malls are right now. Just a few stores, a few floors of an office building are being taken up because it's like out where I uh, out where I live. I used to work from Comcast. They got like this 5-story building in Beaverton, right near the Nike campus. That place is a ghost town right now because everyone's working from home. My understanding is they're trying to get rid of that big 5-story building and get a 2-story building just for some of the people that have to be there, and everyone else is going to work from home. Conference rooms for when they maybe have to have everyone in for a big meeting. That's all they need. I think the office building's going to see the same fate as American malls have seen. Guam. I got to go to Guam. Yeah, see, Marshall, there's so many jobs like that. I could technically work from home if I didn't want to travel anymore. I could just make videos all day from home. Probably with the footage I have, I could probably last 2 years of never have to leave the house if I wanted to. I'd have to be very creative, but a lot of people are getting more and more jobs working from home. I can actually, a company hired me to do some voiceover work. I'm doing it from here. That's actually why I upgraded my system because it needs to be a little bit better for a paying gig. I don't think I've been to Good Springs, Nevada. Best place to meet quality singles. That could be a good one. I did one on which cities use Tinder the most, thinking that would be kind of figuring out the single thing. Because I've been so far out of the dating thing, it's ridiculous. Anyway, that video didn't do that well. Again, that was another one that's kind of out of our little wheelhouse here on the channel, and people didn't dig it. The Buffalo Sabres and the Titanic have in common. They both look great until they hit the ice. That's about the truth. They got great uniforms. They always have. uh, Virtual conferences. Yeah, exactly. Like Zoom and stuff. You're right, guy. Yeah, some people, you're not dumb if you can't work from home. You're not too dumb, Colin. Um, some people need to have supervision like that. I mean, I'm not saying they're dumb or whatever, but some people, they just, they get sidetracked if someone's not there and kind of watching them. I know very, very bright chemist that he has to have someone on top of him to give him his projects. He has to have the project given to him. He'll work it out, but he doesn't go outside of his bubble and he can't. So he needs the supervision. It's weird. Makes good money too. Best cultures. Drippy Taco, do I remember you? The name sounds good, but no, I don't. Are people still trying to say COVID-19 is not real? I mean, most by COVID-19, that could be pretty good. Which ones are the same? Probably which ones are the, have the least amount of that have been infected the least? New Hampshire. How are you, Raven Reese? Top 10 fishing states. That's actually one. Hermens Outdoors, who it's his anniversary today. He's my buddy. He does a fishing channel. He goes to Alaska and all that stuff all the time. He's trying to get it going. That's one he should do, and I'm actually going to recommend that to him. He's a good guy. Will from Hermens Outdoors. I'm going to put that on there for you. There you go. He's getting close. Look at him. 500 subscribers. I swear to God, I think that guy had like 300 subscribers a month ago. Moving on up. Here. There's some videos of me. I went fishing with him in Alaska. Last April, last August, something like that. You guys need a new channel to get on. This one's a good one. Absolutely, GeoScholar. Yeah, and this is Electric City. I got to watch that one, GeoScholar. I haven't seen that one yet. Here's GeoScholar. You guys know him from this channel. He's on all the time. He's got a pretty neat channel. Does a lot of things about the country and everything like that. He comes from it for more of a educational standpoint and less, penis jokes like I do. I'm not sad. I feel like that's getting me into a bad joke. Hey, Lee. Sorry. No A there. Absolutely. Suburbs in the country. That is one we've looked at. I think we've got that one completely written up. It hasn't been recorded yet, but the best suburbs in the country. I think someone recommended that like 3 months ago, and I thought, oh yeah, we should do that. Hey, Coal Region Writer, how are you? Wichita or Topeka? They're the same, in my opinion. Middle of middle of compiling all my cousin's ex-wife jokes. Yeah. She drove by me one day and gave me the finger. Not a word, just flipped me off in traffic. And they're serious when they hold it there. They don't just flip you off and then drive on. They like drive next to you for like 5 minutes on the road, just flipping you off the whole time. I did the most conservative. I did the red states just last week, actually. With the cheap, most affordable places to buy a home that are red states. I haven't done the blue states yet. One. Best ghost towns. I did a mountain towns. Mountain towns one I want to do. I keep thinking about it, but I never do it. We did like 4 or 5 ghost town things just last summer, I believe. What are dogs' most favorite in New York? Time we got. Okay, it's about time for me to knock off. I got to go to dinner tonight. 6:30. Got like 3 minutes left. Let me see here. Blue State's getting this house on fire. There you go. All right, guys, we're gonna call this one for the night. I'm gonna do this next Saturday. If anything goes on downtown again, we'll go downtown and do the filming there. I kind of like doing that. Kind of got us out, did a couple things. The connection wasn't perfect, but it was still pretty cool. Anyway, all right, everybody have a great night and be nice to each other.